Hey everybody, Eric from Fat Free Interactive here for another quick EE tutorial. Today I'm going to go over how to build a breadcrumb structure for your expression engine blog or news directory, really whatever directory you want to plop it into. Okay, to start off, I'm going to show you how I've built this out. Now if you take a look at how this is working on this really basic blog setup here, you've got your main blog page with the title, and I think I've set up a character limit to 200 characters to show out of the article, and of course I've got my permalink. So really quickly, let's just take a look at how this is working. So you've got your breadcrumb post 2 title, same thing here, all your content. You can go back to the main page blog. Let's go to breadcrumb post 1, and this is your breadcrumb being set up here, so it's really easy to navigate for the user between articles and parts of a specific directory like a blog. So let's take a look at the code and really understand how this is working. First thing to do is, of course, open up your channel entries tag and close it, and then we'll start plugging in some of the other information. Now, one thing that I've done to make it a little more convenient in building out my breadcrumb is this little piece right here. You might be a little confused as to why this segment 1 is inside of my channel variable, but let's take a look at why this is working the way it is. So inside of the control panel, how I've set up my channel inside of admin channel administration channels, I've set up my blog channel to have a short name of blog. Okay, now that comes in very handy because inside of my template manager I've also named my blog directory with this as the URL, as blog. So right here, this isn't the channel name, this is the URL, this is the template URL, but I've again also named my channel short name blog. So those are one and the same, which makes it really easy to set up the breadcrumb. So what it's saying here is, inside of my channel entries, my channel equals segment 1. My channel literally equals blog, but because my segment 1 URL is also blog, my channel equals segment 1. I'm sure for the experienced EE users that's a pretty simple concept, but for the novices, think about it a little bit, and I think once you have that aha moment, it'll really make a lot of sense as to why I did that. But with that said, let's move on. Now the second piece is simply just to create kind of your home base link for your breadcrumb. So you'll see in my breadcrumb I have my home page link. Okay, so that's essentially just the main page of the entire site. You don't have to put that in. It's best to do it just to really keep a good visual of where you are on the site. But it's I guess more or less a good visual of how to really set up a good breadcrumb. So the next step is to really start putting together the breadcrumb. So inside of our channel entries tag, we first need to more or less give the user a good idea of what the home base for the blog directory is. So of course we want them to know that they're inside of the blog directory and they're going to be going back and forth, and they can kind of navigate through the breadcrumb there. So to verbalize this, we're saying if segment 3 does not equal nothing, so if segment 3 doesn't equal nothing, obviously right here you'll see inside of our let me go one up. So excuse me, if we go inside of here, inside of one of our full page posts, and we look at segment 3, which is this right here, so we have segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. If segment 3 does not equal nothing, which it certainly does not equal nothing, then we'll go back here. We're going to create a link, and our path will equal segment 1. As you all know, a path inside of Expression Engine is very useful. You always want to use those, and because our segment 1 is blog, which is also the same as our template group, that's going to be a good permalink back to the main blog page. Okay, now this tag right here. This is a global expression engine tag for channel, and because it's inside of our channel entries tags, it knows that our channel is that guy right there. So our channel is blog. So what this is doing, it's taking our full channel name, which is, let me go up here, full channel name, which is this. So it's actually showing the true channel name with the capital B, not the short name like I showed before, and not the template group name, but the actual channel name. And then I'm putting a right arrow into the title of the blog. So again, if segment 3 does not equal nothing, then create a link back to the main page of the blog, the channel name being blog, and display the current page title. So that's that part of the breadcrumb. Okay? Now we're going to do an if-else-if. In expression engine, it's not if-else, it's if-else-if. So what we're going to do, and I switched this up a little bit just to give you a good idea of how this is working. So I said if-else-if segment 2 equals nothing. So let's go back to the main blog page, right? So segment 2, there is no segment 2 here. We have segment 1, which is blog, but there's no segment 2. So if-else-if segment 2 equals nothing, which it does not equal nothing, which it does equal nothing, then we're going to display just the channel with no linking or anything. So that's what's showing right there. Then we're going to close our if statement, close our channel entries, and voila, you have your breadcrumb set up between your pages. Now, you'll see between this is the post title template. You know how at the beginning I showed you for our full page layout, we have our post title template right here. The breadcrumb does not change. This is it's the same between the templates, which is very convenient. Now, of course, what you want to do is make sure that when you're creating your permalinks, like we're doing here on the main blog page, is you always want to just create your title permalink and make sure that you name the right template group and template that it's going to be pointing to. But again, with the breadcrumb, that's interchangeable between the templates. It doesn't have to change at all, which is great. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you that was very valuable, and this goes back to the reasoning behind why I called my channel short name blog and my template group blog, okay? I've also gone and created a new template group named news and a new channel named news. Now you'll notice the short name of news is also the same as the template group of news. So what I've done inside of my news template group, I've created my main index, kind of like our main blog index, and an article template, which will show full page articles. And the great thing is I can take this same piece of code for my breadcrumb inside of my blog, and I can paste it right into my news templates as well. And guess what? It's going to do exactly what you want it to do inside of our news directory. So let me just go right over there. So this is I've created 2 posts for my news, and this is the same code that I used inside of my blog breadcrumb, and I just plopped it right into my news templates, and it's doing exactly the same thing. And because we have these segments tied into our channel names, it makes it very interchangeable and very universal to use across your sites. So you'll see how that's working. Same exact way. Again, you want to make sure your permalinks on the main page for these read more links are set up correctly. So in our news, obviously we have the news/article, our template group and template. But the breadcrumb is now interchangeable, and as long as you set up your channels and your template groups to kind of have the same name, you can really put the same piece of breadcrumb code anywhere on your site, which is very convenient. I hope this helped some of you out. I know sometimes I can be somewhat wordy, but you know, it's definitely a good thing to know and have in your back pocket. So this has been Eric with Fat Free Interactive. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Bye now.